So,
you're not there.
The two who are investigating the city.
I rolled a 15 on perception.
Where are you going?
Like the alleys, starting with that.
Okay, so starting to go through the various alleys. What was the perception?
15.
15. Lucky fish.
I had ended up rolling twice, so I'm taking a little longer at it, but ultimately it's an 18 investigation.
18 investigation. So you guys are going down different alleyways, starting to spread it out. You guys are able to find, once you've cleared a certain circle, there's tracks that just kind of start appearing. Not so much as if they appeared out of nowhere and it's like track coming out of nothing, but more it appears as you got further away, you're able to see that, the alleyway that you had been tracking was clean. That is not standard for alleys.
Okay, so it's like,
And you guys had kind of crossed this as you were searching, and you both kind of eventually come to the conclusion that this alley, from here on, was clean. The alleys around the area were clean. They're not clean anymore.
okay, should one of us go back to let them know that we found some footsteps while the other goes follow them?
Alright, I'll continue to follow them.
Okay? So you are heading back. You're continuing to follow them. They get out to the road near the main gate, and they disappear among the general traffic tracks. Well, there's not... it's now... Well, you guys were got at 7, so it's around 9, 10 o'clock now. So there's some traffic going in and about the main gate, but you really can't follow the tracks beyond that. So you're able to get that far.
I'm curious, was that out towards where the valley is depicted?
You would go out the main gate to get to both approaches. You guys typically, thus far entirely, have taken the eastern approach. Though theoretically the western approach would also lead to there.
Alright, I guess I head back to report that.
Alright. So...
I assume after I go tell them about it, not long after that...
She's going to be about
back.
15 or 20 minutes behind you. Just
Right.
by virtue of she's walking the length of the city to get to the main gate, then looking around to see if she can figure out where it might go from there. But, so you guys are in the house. You see the pictures posted on every wall.
Is there any general color theme within the pictures?
Bard.
Lots of red.
That's what I was going to ask. That's your primary color, isn't it?
Yep.
Is red.
Yeah.
Can we tell probably which one of them drew it?
It is likely Cassidy.
The 17-year-old?
Yes.
Alright.
By virtue of the strokes are longer, more well practiced. It's possible Lauren did it. It is not likely Lauren did it.
Okay.
Chad has determined that dragon knows who did it.
Well, he knows everything.
He is Dennis.
Yes, this is Dennis, my emotional support dragon.
I'm going to search their things.
Okay.
Is there anything odd or peculiar, like spell books or anything about
There's no
magic?
spell books, nothing that would be identified as ornately magic. You would see that there's a couple wood-carved flutes. Questionable quality. You're
Yes.
doubtful they actually function.
Okay. Anything on Laurel's side? Or
One of the flutes would be with her stuff, but it appears that they used a shared storage area, so it's kind of hard to determine what would be whose.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of nod. You're still with me, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, the more and more I'm looking at it, the more it seems like Cassie is someone I want to talk to, and I want to confront about it, especially in front of his sister. Especially if he will talk to his sister without him there.
I think that's going to be the hardest part.
I'm going to need that ball that we found. And I need a distraction.
Transform into a bear and
AKA,
scare them all.
AKA, I'm thinking they're playing out in the courtyard, give them the ball, have them play around, kick the ball, or get the guy to leave, retrieve the ball or something like that. Say that one of our friends maybe found the ball somewhere or something like that. You can go get it real quick. After he needs to grab it, talk to the girl.
Sprout's already very confused. I'm just like, sure.
By this time, when I gone back.
Yeah, so you guys have caught up and are able to relay the information surrounding the clean alleyway that was
Does it
discovered.
sound like prestidigitation?
No.
That would be
Although that would be capable of doing it, but it would make noise doing it, as I believe it has a verbal component.
Yes, vernal and
Somatic.
Yes, so if someone was doing that, they'd be walking through the alley.
Clean!
Yes.
Clean! Clean!
Yes.
Every 5 feet.
Okay. I'll ask the guards, I guess, about that. Has a street cleaner been clean this area or something?
A street
have
cleaner.
those?
There are people who will
Please.
clean out gutters, just as rain and
I'll keep
leaves
this
and
again.
stuff
It's
get
gonna
blown
do
in,
force.
various debris gets
Can
from
use
construction
custom
and,
get rid of black
building stuff just gets left around or washed about. But aside from that, nobody's going around dusting the streets.
All right. Has they patrol this area at all?
The main streets, yes. We typically do not go about the alleys. We'll look down, but there's there's a network of them.
Has this area always been clean? The alleyways, at least.
Wiped clean, as you're describing? No.
Okay, so this is definitely recent.
Lucky fish. I want to kind of sniff around the area. Would you accompany me? I was going to take a different form, and I don't want everyone to think there's a
Wild
a
animal.
loose wild animal walking around the city.
Better enough.
And if you could kind of show me all where you
Yeah,
found.
I'll take them over to the alley.
I wanna-
Okay.
Also, I want to locate so you can get hints of blood, gore, especially the red.
I want to start at the murder victim's house,
Okay.
just to make sure I'm extremely familiar with that specific scent,
Gotcha.
and then go around I want to go around to like all the neighbors' houses,
Okay.
not just go to that one kid's locker directly. I want to, not point them out.
Yeah.
And sniff around through there, and then kind of follow the path that Lucky Fish had found through the city and through the alleyways and whatnot, and see if I can pick up any kind of scent
Okay.
in wolf
All right.
form.
Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
Not great, but not horrible. 17.
17. You get a strong scent of the victim. You know what you're sniffing for. As you start sniffing around the neighbors' houses, you don't really get a whole lot till you get to the house of names.
Hey, look.
Wanda.
20.
Well, it's Wanda's house, yes. But until you get to Wanda's house and Benjamin and Wanda, there we go. Until you get to Benjamin and Wanda's house, then there is a lingering smell of him. While there, you also pick up the smell of the child as well. Outside the house is where you're smelling Lorinal, the victim.
Okay.
Does not persist inside the house. Go ahead and roll me
Okay.
perception with advantage once you start getting to the trail.
I should be giving you bardic inspiration.
Well, it's just me and Fish right now. 15.
15? The victim scent faintly follows the trail.
Okay.
That is the only smell that follows the trail. Again, you are led to the gate where you're unable to continue tracking it because of the sheer amount of other scents and people about.
Okay.
I'm wondering if his head is out that way.
You had picked up a trail, like footprint trail? I forget now.
That's what you guys have
it got
followed,
mixed
yes.
at the front gate,
Yeah.
but seemed
I didn't know
to
if
be-
I was going by smell, would I be able to figure out the footprints any better?
You didn't roll high enough.
I didn't know if it was going to be a different role or not.
No.
Since tracking is usually survival, so I didn't know.
Tracking is, but at this point you're not so much following tracks as attempting to notice the scent. Because you're trying to track via air, not via anything survival based.
So he was able to track the scent of the victim, but
To
not
the
the
gate.
killer.
Correct.
And that's why I'm thinking, what if it is it like just the victim?
You would identify there's a couple other scents that would have been in the house. You don't know anything else beyond that. Typically, in order to pick up a scent on it, you need, and this is similar with dogs, you would need an item that is strongly that scent.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody walking in an area, if they know what scent they're looking for, they can follow it. But in terms of, I must sniff the air, I now know everyone who was here, and then it goes somewhere else. I sniff the air, I now know who was here too. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Are the children still playing in the corridor?
So they've been given a ball to play with. Have people been released to go to their houses?
Yes.
Okay, so after you guys have done your sniffing,
I'll do
people are
like
released.
a full circuit around town and
Yeah.
just see if I pick up
Nothing
anything
else.
more.
After they go back, the kids, they are not interested in playing with the ball at the moment. The kids are sticking around after they've gone because you guys are still there and they want to participate in the investigation.
All right. I'll talk to them when they get back about it.
They nod and say they'll be in their house, knock at the door, and they'll be happy to come out and assist as they can.
So we'll do our
Yeah,
thing
you guys
and
do
be
your
back in the-
circuit.
be back
It's
to the
been
courtyard.
2 more hours, so we're now looking at just shy of lunchtime. So 11:30ish.
Alright, you said the trail stopped. We would all know that the trail stopped around
Main
The
gate
front.
is the closest you were able to follow it,
right,
yes.
so the main gate leads out of the city.
There is a trail leading out, and then there is a eastern approach and a western approach that you can split off onto.
Alright, would we want to try to search each one of those ways, or would it also potentially lead to the mines?
The mines you would break off almost as soon as you're outside of the gate to walk around a side path. That would not lead to one of the approaches.
Okay, because I was wondering if the person could have
Do we have a permanent guard
been
assigned to the
someone
gate?
hiding in the mines.
Gates, yes.
Right.
Well, permanent, the gates are shut overnight. At which point the gates are not monitored permanently, they are on a patrol basis. As for this entire city, there's 10 guards on shift. Or no, there's 20 in total. There's 3 shifts. There's like 7 guards on shift at any given time.
Alright, I'm going to ask the guard on shift who was around during the time of the murder and probably afterward.
He is able to... He's not happy about being woken up. You can just see it on his face. He's willing to cooperate, but there is a look of, I am supposed to be asleep. But...
Yeah, I asked him if he'd seen the 2 children, give him a basic description of them, ever walk outside the gate or...
Negative. The kids are typically not permitted outside the gate by their parents or Lorenzo.
Right. Was there anyone traveling through the gate or seeking entry through the gate at any peculiar times?
Aside from the guard patrols and the people who tend to the fungus garden, anyone who went through the gate would have gone over that direction. He can see that from where he's posted. Overnight, no one attempted entry or exit through the gate as far as he is aware.
Okay. Has there been any traffic on the western approach of the city?
I don't watch that. None that I've heard through the grapevine.
Okay. I thank him, and I guess let him return to sleep, unless you have anything. Can I roll insight on him?
Go for it.
I'm not there for that, am I?
Unless you said you were going.
I was thinking, I didn't know if that was while I was out.
Oh,
Doing rounds.
Oh yeah, that's 7. So
That's gone
7?
for a couple hours.
yeah.
you're clearly able to see the tired anger that he is not bothering to try to hide. Or if he's trying to hide it, is doing a very poor job of.
Okay.
Although his voice has been pleasant and respectful the entire time.
Well, I thank him. Saying can be.
He nods. You see him kind of disappear back into the barracks, and then you hear a very unceremonious thud.
Yeah. Okay. Are you sniffing still around?
He would have been sniffing for about 2 hours. So,
Which is the exact amount that I can sniff around.
oh, did not know that.
Yeah. Despite popular opinion, druids cannot just stay in animal form all day.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're gonna need to find the victim's scent again outside the gate.
Yeah. So he is completed. You guys are now all back together as a party,
Alright.
meeting up just outside the victim's house, as that was the only spot you got. The two of you knew to go, and one of you was still there.
Okay. I'll guess I will get the rest of the party so we're not in fighting places. Tell them everything I found out so far. I didn't recommend we try and journey outside the gate following the scent that our druid reported was heading outside the gate.
The scent that I lost at the edge of the gate.
Yes, try and reacquire that.
Okay.
All right. So.
Smell some coffee, get my scent back to neutral.
Woo!
Bardic inspiration.
All right. So you guys begin to go out. Perceptions.
I will go back into. I will go into direwolf form once we're out. to the
23.
gate edge.
8.
All right. As you guys are going through 5s plus, would see that the children are following at a decent distance. They think probably far enough that they can't be noticed, but it's only about 50, 60 feet back, and they're not hugging any walls. They're striding purposefully to keep up with your larger paces.
I see that. You're not animal form yet, right? Or you are?
Not yet. This is through the city.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I am going to lean over to you and mention the kids. We mentioned the kids want to participate. Would we want that to? I mean, yeah, it could be beneficial, but they might give something away, especially my fear that they are involved in this.
If they're not involved, I don't think it would do any particular harm. If they are, they may give something away just from how they're looking.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we do start finding something, they may react.
Right. I kind of give a nod, turn my shoulder directly to them, and motion them forward.
Casually, briefly, you see him just kind of stop. Realize he's been seen.
Like a knoll in a bush.
Yeah, like a knoll in a bush. You see shoulders that were once held up and broad just kind of sag down.
But if I give him a big smile and motion him forward.
He then kind of resumes his heroic chest-puffed posture and begins to approach Lauren, similar, just following along at his side.
Well, Cassie, Lauren, good news. My party has agreed to let you participate in our little adventure with us.
Good. Then where are we going?
Well, I heard that you all, the two of you, have know the victim a bit better. Why don't you lead us? Where would you think, in your experience so far with adventuring and what you know, decide to do?
You see kind of a blank look of terror of being put on the spot flash across his face.
Dear God, I know that feel.
I'm going to try and use my charisma to make them kind of lower their guard, just kind of
Go for it.
Go with the flow. God damn, this dice!
You want to borrow one of his?
Luck point. No.
No.
Different die. Better. 17.
17. The look quickly fades as he sees your warm bardic smile. And before long he says, well, he often walked around town and kind of traces the route that you guys know of from where the mothers and children hang out. If it is one of those people who wanted him dead, then maybe we should walk the same route.
Okay. Did he have anyone in particular want him dead?
Not that I mean, I was always on guard when we were traveling about, but no one ever attempted to do anything.
Was there any other kids dislike him for some reason, or any of the parents?
You see him ponder for a bit. No, not that I can think of.
Alright, insight?
Do you think it was... Go ahead.
That's what I've been waiting on.
Next one.
That's my job. 22.
9.
You're not able to get a read off of them at all. You're too busy like, smile, nope, be suspicious, nope, smile, you did your suspicious face again.
I have fans.
I'm trying to figure out, like, when
So-
he's thinking and saying
Yeah.
all this, is he, like, just has no idea and he's just trying to logic it out? Or is he, like, trying to figure out exactly what to say?
When he
Kind of
is
thing.
pausing, it is he is choosing his words extremely carefully.
Okay.
You don't detect any lies, but you also don't detect any truth.
He's me when I was little.
Okay. And he asked something?
He was in the process of asking, do you suspect one of the kids?
Oh no, I doubt a child could do something like this.
Roll deception.
I might have to. I don't know. Is he a kid though?
He is on the older end of what could be considered a kid, yes.
Alright, I was wondering if we accept adulthood at 16 or 18.
18 is the measure I'm using.
Okay. I guess I'll roll deception then.
Go for it.
Nat 20.
No.
Not bad.
18.
Okay. How was he killed? We weren't told anything.
I'm afraid I can't share too many details. The guard has...
Sure you
Obviously
can. You're the leader. We're working together on this. You and me.
Best friends. Forever.
Well,
Can I insight to see if he is a fan? Because I don't technically know that he is a fan.
Go for
Nat 20.
it. Nat 20. He seems very attached to the bard. When I say fan, that can give a wrong impression. He is not blindly loyal. But you do see, I guess, the term that is the most accurate is passion withheld. Not sensual in any way, shape, or form. Just,
thank God.
he is very passionate about the bard.
like passionate about like bardic things or him?
About him specifically.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. It's a good use of my nat 20s.
Second picked up.
That's what I was
As chat says, like Moses about Jesus. No, Moses didn't even know about Jesus. Good job, chat.
All right.
Fenrock says, yeah, I know Fenrock. All right, let me catch you guys up, since there's probably going to have already been a cut in the video here at one point. So, reminder of the murder. Functionally, they found an elf with his limbs detached, head detached, properly gutted, all internal organs missing, and properly, quote-unquote, butchered in a house.
And the chat rejoiced.
Yes, the chat probably made the killer.
I kind of give a shake of my head. Strangest thing I've seen in quite a while. Victim was probably hung and such. Various blood, a lot of blood kind of around the area. Obviously, it's what tipped the guard off. Thinking about it. Rope kind of tied off on the rafters.
Sorry, I just realized I had the chatbot banned, and they're trying to get setting info. Carry on.
Yeah, rope tied off around the rafters. Some missing arms and legs and such.
And organs.
Roll me a sleight of hand check as you're attempting to silently get him to shush.
Yes. 21.
So he hears what was said. He doesn't see you shush him, though.
Alright.
Organs removed. Arms and head cut off. He just kind of looks in wild amazement. This is going to be an amazing investigation.
Right.
I have no doubt we can solve this. Eye contact with you.
I'm sure we can eye contact with him. Out of character, I never mentioned a head.
You didn't? Okay, then he does not mention it.
Alright, that's what I want to be exactly sure. You're
Yeah.
aware
Was
that I
that
didn't say head.
Was that an
Purposely.
in-character mistake or a DM
Yeah,
mistake?
that was a DM mistake. My intent was for him to be repeating what you had said to him,
Okay.
plus what he had said to him.
I was trying to see if I could like gross him out.
Yeah, no, I didn't want you mentioning additional details because I wanted to see if he would trip up like that. Like what I thought he did.
He doesn't seem too disturbed about it.
I'm sure we can. I guess. Well, I'm trying to think how I want to articulate this. One of your parents said that that they've seen you practicing your swordsmanship. I see the practice swords around,
Yes.
and your outfit, I can't help, is much dashing like my own.
It is proper clothing for an adventurer.
Yes. What makes you want to be an adventurer? Say as we're kind of.
Yeah, so you guys have resumed approaching the game.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes on to say that what you're doing is the best thing that can be done in the world, therefore it's what he should be doing.
Okay.
Proceeds to even start slipping up and saying about how you are possibly the best person in the world and should really be spending more time together because the things the two of you will be able to do together will be legendary.
We all overhear this, right?
Yes. Everyone near you overhears it.
Okay.
Are you planning to adventure with, I guess, your sister as well?
Well, yes, we will be accompanying you. We are walking toward the gate. I assume we're going outside the city.
Yes. Most likely. Have you ever been outside before?
Only when we were initially for journeying here.
Alright.
My old duties didn't typically take me outside the city.
What were your old days before this, other than
Manual labor.
You know, learn any trade or anything like that amongst them? What kind of jobs?
Odd stuff. Carry this here, move that there. A lot of work for the mothers and cooks who couldn't move heavier things or didn't want to. But he doesn't have to do that anymore. He's an adventurer now.
Yeah, true.
Actually,
I just lost the dice.
I was pretty sure I don't agree.
I personally prefer milk chocolate, so.
Alright. I am gonna. What are they walking next to us, or to kind of instigate them?
He is as close to you as is comfortably possible.
Okay.
He's gonna
I'm
murder you
guessing
in
Laurel's
place,
just
too.
kind of hiding.
And hanging right behind him, basically as close as he is to you.
Alright, can I get an insight on Laurel? Is she still acting super scared, or is she...
Go ahead and roll.
No, I'm saying Laurel.
Lauren.
Lauren, yeah. 13.
You would be able to see that she is nervous in some way, shape, or form, yes.
Okay.
To what degree, you don't know.
Yes, right. I'm gonna... I guess my thing will let you guys have an opportunity.
Anything you guys wanted to talk to them about?
About the children? To the children?
To
No.
the children.
They probably won't give a shit about what we'll say to them. on the
No,
bar.
they won't.
Whatever happened to your little merry band of three, by the way?
They're helping out with the city.
Yep.
Let's see.
Are we really taking them outside of the city?
Did the parents
You would know taking the... No. Yeah, you would mutter that, and he would kind of mention, no, our parents don't know we're here. Nor do they care. You guys would know taking them outside the city is incredibly dangerous, because even... Put this way, last time you guys ran into stuff, 2 of you guys got taken down. The time before that, 3 or 4 of you guys got taken down.
Well, they are the murderers. We won't need to worry about bringing the murderer back.
Before we kind of leave the city, I'm going to mention that the guards didn't hear or see anyone leave. So we wouldn't know where the killer would have gone afterward. I mean, there was a couple body parts that were missing.
Well, then we should find those. We can look around. I know, if we go up onto the wall, we can probably look out over a taller distance.
But I think that would be...
That's something people are allowed to do.
Alright, do you know the best vantage point?
He used to take us and gives the route that he would have previously been taken, which was going around starting at the western approach and then walking around to the eastern, or if it was late at night or evening, eastern to western to watch the sunset.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to say something to him without... Yeah, there's no hearing? I didn't think so. Okay.
He is standing uncomfortably close.
Do I notice anything about him, like what, other than like the toy sword, the clothes he has? Is he carrying anything else?
No. He's got the sword in scabbard, which looks to still be wooden based on the hilt you get a glimpse of. It does have a traveler's cloak. Looks to have been fashioned out of a blanket. I mean, most cloaks are, but...
Okay. Laurel, I'm guessing, is kind of the same, except without the flame.
Similar, yeah.
Alright. Alright, I guess we'll kind of head in the direction he insinuates.
Yep, so he kind of, taking a small lead ahead of you, leads you up onto the western wall, and you can see him just looking around, pointing out areas that, well, maybe that, no, that's not a dig. That's just a brown bush. That just looks like a small little shifting of rocks or something an animal would have caused. So he starts looking around, and
do I notice any peculiarities between him or Laurel? Like, is she...
she looks to be earnestly looking, whereas he's vocalizing what he's doing. She is not.
Did I miss a perception roll while I was in the bathroom?
You could take a perception roll if you want, if you're looking for stuff from up there.
No, 7.
Alright, no.
10.
Ooh, a rock.
Nope.
16.
Nope. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Hey, we got
Nothing in the city either.
Where did the city go?
Well, no, you guys are out
Oh, I'm
looking
looking
out,
the
and he's
wrong way.
like, yeah.
I'll put it over here. It's close.
I can't be working this entire thing. You guys gotta be doing stuff.
Well, we planned on doing stuff outside the gate, but we're not there.
Yeah. If you leave the gate without opening it, which would put you locked and closed, from what I understand.
The gate is open. It is closed overnight.
Yeah, but the murder happened at night.
Yes.
So, while the kids are out frantically looking,
They are staying very close. If you guys attempt to separate, well, correction, if the bard attempts to separate, they're following.
Well, maybe we can split off and go out and do the
yeah.
thing outside. You guys
Before I
keep
leave,
them occupied
I
inside.
wouldn't. I'll say kind of. I'll very much say this to you, but purposely, kind of making eye contact with you and looking at the kids, like I'm kind of ceding this to the kids. But I wonder if there's any ways in or out of the city aside from the gates. If there's any holes or secret ways.
The
in
wall
or
was
out.
previously constructed. There are no secret passages you're aware of.
I'm asking him this,
Oh, okay.
kind of wondering if the kids know about something,
Um,
and then
The
kind of
kids
I'm just
go-
asking the question to you, and then just kind of walking away.
yeah. Secret passages? We've never even looked for some. We should do that.
Would we know how loud it is to unlock or open the gates and then close them?
How hard it would be? Easy if you're in the gatehouse.
Well, I meant how loud.
Loud? Not super loud, given that the gates are made of stone and wood,
Alright,
and there's not a slamming of a portcullis.
Alright, because I remember the guard said that there's no one directly watching over the gate, so someone could have potentially tried to slip through it if they had access to.
Is there an
whatever locking
assigned guard
mechanism.
in the gatehouse?
Yes. All times.
I'm going to, I guess, search for secret entrances with the children. While I'm there, I'm going to ask them what they're most looking forward to.
The
About being
kids?
adventurers, yeah.
Getting knocked
Like,
out.
I'm trying to get an idea
yeah.
of what they think I do as an adventurer.
What they're looking forward to is spending time with you and doing what you do.
Okay. In particular, why is the fascination with me in particular? Since I suggest I've noticed that they are sticking close to me.
Well, yes, you're the leader. Clearly what you have done has gotten you to the best position. You have the most power here.
I don't know.
So they're power hungry children.
Is that why you wish to be an adventurer? For the respect and power?
I mean, that would be nice. It's better than carrying stuff around all day. You understand that. That's how you got to where you are.
Yes, I guess you could say, forced to do some menial tasks before I came here, but grew tired of it and took up my role as a bard. I've noticed that you are trying to follow along in that footsteps. How much do you know about us bards, other than the musical talent?
I'm not good at music, if I can be honest, but I can get better. With time and determination, I can learn it.
Yes, I'm sure you can. However, it's also important that the bards learn other artistic abilities. For instance, I can carve wood, I can dance, I can draw, I can paint.
I can learn all of those.
All of them, excellent. Well, it's a good thing to focus on one at a time in particular, I must say. Which one would you like to start on?
I'm intelligent enough. I can handle them all.
Well, bards are jacks of all trades.
Yes, but we always start. I'll go to them real quick, as I'm sure these kinds of questions take a little bit. But I have others, but
Yeah, but you can carry on.
all right.
This is the main plot.
As we're kind of walking along, I'll ask if both of them are going to be bards, or Lauren wants to be some other
Lauren
kind of adventurer.
speaks up and says, "Bard is good."
Bard's good. Did your brother inspire you to be a bard as well?
Just kind of nods.
Okay. Guess. Can I see any? I'm kind of looking for hesitation on her part, or like a specific attachment. Is there anything peculiar about her behavior in particular?
Go for it.
Roll insight. Don't fuck me. You fuck me. Luck. Fucking damn.
That's all your luck.
7.
7? She's nervous. There is hesitation. You're unable to identify the source or reasoning behind it.
Okay.
All of the things you've mentioned could be reasons, and there could be additional ones that you've not thought of.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. I guess. What's his name? Cassidy. I've noticed that you, when I was talking to your mother, she seemed to not know too much about what you guys do during the day. And is she busy often?
She's often busy, yes.
Your father as well?
Yes.
Did he seem off about that?
Yes.
Alright, insight.
Can we all insight?
Yeah.
Are we all there for this?
Yeah.
12.
Modified 20.
16.
19.
15's plus. He answered your question not because he wanted to, but because he felt he had to. There was a 20 in there, correct?
Modified 20.
Yeah. He did not appear to want to discuss his father.
Distant parents, I say, trust me, I know the feeling.
See, that's why you're one of the best.
So he likes people with daddy issues.
I don't want any issues. Yes, my family was too busy with their business, you could say. Actually, forced me to attend my bardic, college in my later years after I was 10, far away from the main family. Has your parents done anything similar for you? I've noticed that you don't hang out with them a lot, but
They don't do much. I'm making my own way, much like you took what you were given and made your own way.
Would we know that the father that he spoke to be like a stepfather or a biological father?
You don't know.
Okay.
That was not on the list of questions he was asked.
Okay. Do they look kind of like, do they share any physical traits?
They looked actually pretty similar.
Okay. What about them and their mother?
Mother, yes, as well. Well, less so than the father, but still very similar.
All those humans
Okay.
look alike anyway.
Because I was wondering if maybe
Yes, my father.
the father.
Yes,
went
my
to
father
one
was
of
truly a taskmaster. I'll tell you, nothing but disappointment from him for quite a while. But screw to him.
You tell it like it is.
Alright, what about him? Any problems on his own end? I'm trying to kind of befriend him like, hey, you can tell me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the bard, man.
He does his own thing. We don't need to worry about our fathers. Time will show them.
Shay,
We'll show them what we can be.
what did their father wish of them? What did their father want them to be when they grow up?
I don't think he cares.
Kind of hinting that mine had his own expectations.
Yeah. I don't think he cares.
Okay. Does he disapprove of their adventuring things? I'm gonna try and roll charisma to get
Go
him
for
to
it.
open up. Don't fuck me. It fucked me hard. That one.
What was the question? Does he disapprove of their adventures?
Yeah.
He just kind of shrugs. I don't see our murderer. We should get back onto our investigation.
Yes.
Where should we go next? I still think if you're thinking he went outside, we should go outside the city.
He seems like a bit eager to go outside the city.
Of course I am. If it's where you guys are going,
Yes, I believe.
you can't leave me here.
I believe we should return to the murder scene.
All right.
I head back to the house. Will's
Okay.
house.
As you're walking back, well, we've already been here. What are we hoping to find? If the murderer's outside, we need to go that way.
We don't know specifically.
I'm gonna kind of,
where outside.
as we start
It's always
walking,
good to check the murder scene for any missed clues at least a second or third time.
Yes.
as they're going, I'll just kind of look at Lucky Fish and just start kind of trailing behind.
Yeah.
And kind of separate ourselves from the group and then head back to the west gate.
All right.
Do I notice I'm doing that?
I was gonna say, everyone's rolling perception to see. Well, not the two of you. You don't need to see yourselves leaving away. You two can roll me stealth though.
I got 18. Perception.
10.
Modified 20.
So they weren't watching the Furbolg at all. He
I've
starts.
been
falling
kind
back.
of just trailing behind this
I
whole
was going
time
to say, if
anyway.
I see that they're leaving, can I
Yeah.
try and talk to the kids to distract them?
Yes, I'll give them disadvantage on
Because
their
if
rolls.
I noticed either of them, I would have tried to sneak back with them.
What was your perception?
10.
What were your guys' stealths?
15.
10.
You're able to see Lucky Fish falling back and gather what's
I will
going on.
try to stealthily fall back to him.
All right.
I wasn't trying to hide from them per se, just...
You're going to have to if you're
Yeah.
trying to hide from him as well.
You want me to roll stealth on that?
Yes.
22.
Ooh, 22. So you immediately see it, and then before you know, you're just kind of in an alleyway and out of sight, and you've looped back to catch up with them. However, after you've kind of ducked out, hey, we're going to investigate the scene, catch up! He kind of stops and looks back at Lucky Fish directly and then sees you as well, by virtue of your sneaking back with her.
And no one knows I'm gone.
Yes, Lucky Fish, come with us.
Back up to that.
Furbolg, I know you have druid stuff that you have to get to later to do. I kind of motion to him like druids.
You've got to roll me deception on that.
Not good. Deception. Okay, let's about do it. 13.
13. he immediately just makes a grimace. You're trying to investigate without me.
How far away are we?
You guys would have gotten about 30, 40 feet. She would have gotten about 25, 30.
We're not trying to investigate without you, my friend. We are investigating the crime scene. He
You're
just has
sending
other things
subtle
to do.
messages to each other. I see what's going on. You don't want me helping.
No, so we have a lot to investigate. We can't all be all together. There's so many areas we have to investigate. Plus, he probably isn't going to leave the city. I don't think the murderer would have left without the guards knowing. That's the truth. I think the guards would have noticed.
I'm just walking away.
Yeah.
Charisma roll to try and...
Go ahead and give me a charisma roll.
I'm following him through the alleys unseen.
Nat 20.
Yay!
He seems placated, but is sulking.
What about
Like a
the
proper
girl?
teenager.
She's just staying behind him, doesn't appear to have much emotion on her face.
Okay. I'm going to again return to the crime scene. I guess we'll go to them.
Yep, so, the three of you have met back up separately.
Oh, so you continue on, Lucky Fish?
Well, I said I was coming
Oh,
back.
okay, so the two of you have met up out of sight, but not quite at the gate.
I need somebody else rolling inside rolls. I mean, I can, but, you know, I can't.
But I can't. My insights are sucking. I need someone else who can there do insights so I can give bardic inspiration to it.
But
I
it's
can't give
fun
bardic
watching
inspiration
you.
myself.
I've been
You've
rolling
been
inside.
cutting words
but-
the kid.
No, I can't. I don't cut words.
Oh, damn it.
So,
That's a multi-class.
the two of you that have linked up, what are you doing?
I
Mine,
believe we were going to go check out the western approach, right?
yeah, I was gonna go to
The Thetis.
I wanted to go to the top of the wall first, kind
Okay.
of where that scene
Where you
would
guys
have
were.
been kind of
Yep.
from, and start there.
Okay,
and
that's
then-
where you guys already were.
Oh, okay.
So, you're there now again.
So I'm going back, I guess.
Yep, you guys have returned to the scene of where you guys were standing, looking out over the western approach.
I want to go into direwolf form
Okay.
and start from there and go down to the actual gate.
Sure, use my bardic inspiration.
No, that was specifically for.
Right. While he's doing that and I'm following him, I'm going to try to keep an eye out for a head or any area that's been recently
Yeah, he
buried.
left it by the side of the road. So.
Yeah.
So,
Or like a burial spot.
you guys have gotten to the gate. You guys are going outside. How far down do you guys want to go? The western approach is about a quarter mile down, where it splits off.
Let's go about an eighth of a mile, then decide there if we
So-
want to keep going.
Go about halfway. Okay. Go ahead and roll me perceptions as you're trying to re-identify anything.
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
With inspiration and everything, that's 20.
20. You are able to, as soon as you guys get a little bit past the gate and past the common traffic, you pick up a fresh set of prints that, as you follow, appear to have been traveling alone.
Okay, that's not suspicious at all. Let's keep following
Can
him.
I get a feel for the size of the prints themselves and
Small.
the stride?
Small creature.
Right. Any blood drips or anything?
No.
Okay.
Would this seem to match up with like a younger girl, human girl?
A human girl could produce these prints, yes.
I just keep following that
Yep.
for as long as.
So you guys, go ahead and give me a survival roll now that you're following a trail.
That is
I don't
a
get anything
16.
bonus for that. I don't think.
Not unless you have proficiency.
I mean, I do.
Then you get that bonus.
Do you remember to count the disadvantage on their perception?
Yes.
14.
14. You're still able to follow the trail. You get down the full quarter mile to the western approach, and sure enough, the trail branches off. And while all of the tracks have been eastern approach, And occasional, you could see larger guard tracks, so medium tracks, that would kind of come in or out of the brush, as you would expect hunters to link up with the trail. This one follows the western approach out.
Okay. Would my 16 have told me anything differently?
No.
I'm gonna keep following that trail.
All right. You guys follow it for... Give me perceptions at this point. Now you're looking for something in addition to the trail.
7.
13.
13 is enough, because you don't see it, but you smell it. The smell is DC 10, the spot is DC 15. You guys get there, and then you just... A rancid odor begins assaulting you. I need constitution checks, both of you.
Oh god, it smells like the bard's bedroom. Constitution saving throws?
Yep.
That's a 9.
Pretty sure it's a 14.
14. Yeah, so you're fine.
So use these dice.
You start getting nauseous to the stomach, and it smells of rotten flesh.
Alright, I'm gonna try to use my clothes to try to filter out the scent and start approaching from where it smells worse.
Yeah. As
See
you
if I
start
can find
following
source.
it, you find a small little set of heads.
A set of heads.
Yes.
Animals?
No.
Oh.
All humanoid in shape. And I say set of heads, they're set up in a there's 3 in a line, and then 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The one that is the furthest most, like if you've got your 3 and 2, it's this one that's fresh. And you recognize it as your victim.
Alright, you want one of us to go back and immediately grab some guards, see if we can identify these other heads? Preferably away from where... I'll take that as a yes. Do you want to stay here or shall I go?
I just sort of lay down.
Alright, I will start running there using my bonus action dashes.
Yep. So you start sprinting. Constitution saving throw. You're sprinting over distance.
Ooh, 19.
Alright. You've gone about a mile out, so Constitution saving throw for the second half mile.
8.
Yeah, you're like first half mile full sprint. You're like yes, I can do this. Then once you start getting there, just a side cramp kicks in. You're like, oh no, my Eladrin form, no, and you just kind of walking back with the slightest of limps as you're cradling your side.
Okay.
It gets better after a period of time, but if you start trying to pick up the pace to a jog, it immediately you feel it just no.
Okay. I'll get back as soon as I can and find a couple guards.
So there's guards at the gate who see you approaching, and yes, sire, can I help you?
Yeah, we found a pile of severed heads, including the victims. I want to see if you guys can help identify any of these heads.
I would recommend go getting the guard captain.
Okay, where is he right now?
Gives you directions to the captain's
I'll go
barracks.
to him.
All right, go to the guard captain, correct?
Yes.
So, you get up after what's now been half an hour to the guard captain. The Loxodon is sitting at a very large desk that appears to have just been made out of one of the building stones, just kind of laid lengthwise for him to use.
All right.
He looks up at you. Yes, sire.
Outside the city gates, by the western approach, we found a pile of severed heads. It seems like there was more than one victim. I was wondering if you could accompany back and try to identify the heads of these other victims.
I can. He then proceeds to follow you down. For Dalton's, you're not the guard captain. You are the, if I remember correctly, the commander position. The captain would be head over the city guard, i.e. below you in rank. I have in all caps, what? I'm not the guard captain?
No, you got a promotion.
Technically, you're more of a kind of like a general. He's not in charge of overall guard.
General
you get
would
the
be-
orders, but
yeah.
it's a mobilization. You'd be
General's even higher, but yes, it's that general role. Commander, general. Head of state, military assets.
I assume it'll take another 30 or so minutes to get him
Locks
over
it
there.
on. He's got a good gait to him. It's going to take about a half hour to get down.
Alright.
So, an hour has gone by. Lucky, Fish, and Tyler, you guys have returned to the crime scene.